This is Justin AMZN on Thursday, June 21st, 2018. Taking a look at the pre-market from today, and we are within the range of the highs of yesterday. I drew in the pre-market value that how we contended with, something like that. Interacted with, actually came down to it, excuse me, within 11 cents yesterday, and we'll see if we can get a pullback into that value and a bounce. We've got a high here, really close to the high, to the all-time high. Excuse me, just a sec. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So we've got a price that looks like we're going to open really close to the high. We could make a new all-time high, and then kind of rotate back down to this line, just like we had this breakout and a retest and a breakout and a retest. Could have another breakout and a retest in the same line. And if we do that, it kind of looks like we've got a little bit of a distribution here. Just the way that this is bouncing a little bit. We didn't really have something like that since here. We ultimately broke out. We keep breaking out, keep making new highs. We'll see if we continue doing that today. So I'll get into the market, and immediately we make a new all-time high right up here, a few cents above this one. So 1762.93, and we got up to 1763.95. So we went up another $1.02, and somebody was buying there. Somebody bought at that price, and somebody sold, and more people sold than bought. And that's why we got a bearish candle. Oops, keep scrolling on that. So very nice high wave candle, indecision candle at an all-time high. If it's going to continue to break out, I mean, the targets are way higher than where we're at right now, but we've been on such a tear that this is really a good place to have an indecision candle. The last couple of days, we've had some bullish opens. This is a bearish open, and it's very indecisive. We kind of had the bullish pre-market right before the open, but then actually had an indecision right here. Normal amount of volume, but we'll see what happens with the next candle. All right, so we got a little bit of a lower high and a lower low. We have a little bit of support, resistance, and now we're under that from pre-market. I don't really have a clear low. Maybe in here, which corresponds to yesterday's highs, or maybe here, which corresponds with this low here. But we'll look for this to come back down a little further. If it comes down to our 1747-ish price, then that'd be really good. Looks like we're getting there quickly. Okay, we actually tagged that line really nicely here, and we had some much smaller candles yesterday as they just kind of continued moving slightly higher. This is a lot of larger candles, similar volume, but seems a little bit stronger here with a bit of a bounce off this level. So this is a really quick, 15-minute, 20-minute pullback, and then bounce. And we really haven't seen things going too quickly like that. We had this pullback and a bounce, but didn't really bounce. It went sideways and then rallied, and then went sideways a whole lot longer and then rallied. So we want to see it kind of come up, pause, go sideways a little bit, or a longer while, and then continue higher. And that's just looking back at what we've done at some previous levels. So I don't have a line drawn in at the all-time high, but we're pretty close to it. We didn't get a close above it, so on the 5-minute, this is our highest close from yesterday. I think that's still above this one here. Yeah, 1761.70. So anyway, we've pulled back a little bit from there. Not too big a deal, but we want to see a bit of a continuation sideways. Getting it? Okay. And okay, we're breaking down. So this is a really nice pattern. This is a two candle flag or a pennant, and it just has some consolidation. The fact that we actually did that and then broke down, coming right back into the same line, looks a little bit like possibly to a bottom if we're going to continue higher. but it's already not coming up and pausing at this level for any length of time. It's already back down here. So that's a good bearish signal. And this is actually a lower close than these candles before it. And actually our first lowest close since this really rallied here, probably since maybe here or maybe this candle. So, we're at a key level where there's some consolidation, and we'll see if we can consolidate here still. No, we're not. We broke lower. The low here is 1741. The low yesterday was 1741.36. So we've actually made a lower low on the daily, a higher high and a lower low. So right now, if this would be the end of the day, this would be a bearish engulfing candle already at this stage. So, we're only 35, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 minutes into the market. We have a bearish engulfing candle. The last engulfing candle we had was 2 days ago, a bullish engulfing, which was actually engulfing another bullish candle, a lot of movement up, and then we had still another candle yesterday moving up with a little bit of an upper wick. Today we're already getting some bearish signals here. Now would be a good place to say, okay, we've had quite a bit of a bullish run, and now let's wait for a pullback to get in bullish. Or if you're aggressively trading this, you can go bearish, but it is counter trend, so you want to be quick about it. You want to see it come back up into the 1747 price and then roll down into the 1728 price, which we haven't seen in a few days. It'll be interesting to see if that actually happens. So right here we got our retest. This would have been a great place to short this level right here with a stop anywhere up here, even that tight. Probably not, probably 1750 or at least 1755. Get above that candle by 1747. So, that's an $8 move or an $8 risk unit, or $8, not risk unit, $8 risk. So 2R would be 16, and that would be down at 1731, which is a little bit above our next line down below that. So we'll see if it actually can move and do something like that through the rest of the day. I did not expect it to do that quickly. In the very next 5 minutes, you would have made 2R. You would have actually made 3R had you gotten in bearish at 1747 by 1755. That's $8. 1747, 1739, 1731, 1722, wait, 23, $8, sorry, 1723. This made a low of 1720.77. That would have been 3R, like instantly. And with that kind of trade, you can be done for the day. That would have been a very quick move with the stock moving very quickly. We do have a much higher volume on this candle than we did at the open. That hasn't happened in a while, or at least in the last 2 days, because that's what we have on the screen right now. We've retested, similar to this candle. This is a short-term retest. This must be a longer-term retest, so this is a good place to still take targets, or take profits at that target. After that kind of move, if it's in your trading plan to get out, just get out of all of it and be profitable, go away for the day. If it's part of your trading plan to take something at a target, at that first target, and then maybe you've got a target down here, 1714, you could do that. If you didn't have a plan to get out, then you shouldn't have been in. So I don't know what other scenarios there could be, but hopefully you're profitable, you're up, and we'll lock some of that in, if not all of it. So we come back down a little bit further. So this low now, and these are huge candles. This low is 1756. So this could still actually come down here to the next line. That would be 4R. But no, it looks like we're bouncing sideways, rolling over. Okay, so we didn't roll over. Okay, now we're making some higher. We'll go back up. Okay, so now we're back up here at our 1747 price. But now this broke down, it's rallied back up. It's a bit of a what's this called? incline triangle, something like that. It's on its angle pointing up. These can break bearish. It's going to take a lot of bullish momentum or a lot more sideways rest before it would move bullish. But the better trade would be to take this bearish right here. We're at a resistance, a known resistance. It was old support, now it's new resistance, just like we saw earlier. It's continuing to be resistance. We've broken down, we've retested. This is the retest. We have old support, old support here, old support here, old support here. We made new all-time high. We pulled back, made a bearish engulfing candle. What else? What else can we say? This is one that would be very aggressive, but you could probably do 1747 by 1750, so $3 risk. So $3 instead of the $8 up here. If it rolls over right here. I mean, if it doesn't, if it continues higher, then look for it to do it again. But I don't know where exactly. So anyway, so if you're in that trade, great. Got a nice candle. Nice candle, and it starts to break down. Okay, nice. So that right there would have already been, let's say, 1747. Now we're at 1735. That's already $12 move. That's 4R already, right there. And it continues moving down. Nice if it comes down into that price range again, but it's no, let's just chop it around the rest of the day. Oh, there it goes, starting to break down. Oh wow, we got there. What is that? That is 1731.12. Why is it doing that? 1727.80. And I must have read the wrong candle. The low, or the 1728. So we're only about 20 cents off. That would have been a phenomenal place to take some profits there. You can see, bearishly, this is a curve, S curve here, getting bearish, and the S curve here, getting bearish. And you see this thing continue down, and we definitely got there. There you go. Got through that level. Great support. It was working here, it was working as resistance before. I think we're just about at the end of the day. Trading day. So there you go. End the day finally with a couple indecision candles, and yeah, that's it. So this would have been, I mean, if you had caught this bearish, way to go. That's amazing. This is probably a bit of a slower trade that I'd be looking for. Consolidate up into resistance and then getting some puts up here. So let's go take a look at the puts at, let's say you got into this candle. So 1045. And maybe the 17, let's see which ones. Let's do 1740, since we already threw all the pen here. This is retesting. 1740. So this is called puts. Let's say 40. There you go. Phenomenal. Okay, I'm gonna keep yesterday's values here. So that was the massive rally, which would have phenomenally rally. I mean, it was a low of 280, went all the way up to almost 2,600, came back, looks like it's doing it again, and this is the value we said to buy at. So that value, the low there is 6. See where the cursor's at though. This was resistance, 6 was resistance, 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 and a little bit of resistance here, and then it comes back as being a key value to buy from. Even this retest didn't quite make it back down to 6, but hopefully some people made that trade. If we're able to get in at 6 on this, maybe 625 or something, it does a really nice rally, 9 hours up into the $15 range, 1550 range. Pulls back again, rallies again. So, either the initial move or this move, or even this move, bearish. This is some of the things we're looking at to see about taking some trades. So let's go take a look at that one. That was, let's do 1750. So that had a really nice rally. So I'm going to break down in a really nice rally here. It just gets a little bit higher, and the rest of it was just some choppiness and yeah, just some choppiness over here as it just melted away the premium from the call. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, but I mean, even this one you could have probably bought, but 3 flipped out at 7, so that would have been 4R, something like that. But it all just depends on what you're looking at and when, and what signals you're saying. Okay, this is confirmation versus missing the trading higher because you're waiting for the last little bit of confirmation. But anyway, so we ended the day as a bearish engulfing candle, and we'll look at the daily to actually see that. So I'm going to click on the daily. Bearish engulfing candle right here, filling this gap. And there's a lot more bearish, or I'm sorry, there's a lot more bullish retest gaps or bullish gap and go that no retest. There aren't any gap and go on that up here. These are all retest. So you know, any of these is where this could be coming back down to. You know, the 21 here would be a great target, but this is still way above some of the old resistances, the strong ones. So if we were to somehow come back down to the low 1600s, that'd be a phenomenal place to look up and to continue higher. So that's the daily, 5 minute, 5 minute on the calls, 5 minute on the puts, and yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. If it have a bit of a triangle here, so we'll see if it's going to break out bullish or bearish. So hope you enjoyed the video. This is Justin AMZN. Thanks.